Hey, y'all, welcome back to Mountain Murders Listener Stories.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Dylan.
Hey, Dylan, how are you?
I'm not doing too good.
You're a little disgruntled.
I'm kind of pissed right now.
Well, let's discuss.
You want me to dish with the listeners?
Why are you so pissed?
I have received like 200,000 robocalls today.
Today?
Just today, like in the last 6 or 7 hours.
What makes Tuesday so special? Is Tuesday the day of the spam call or what?
It's going to be the Day of the Dead. I get my hands on these fools that keep calling me.
Well, what's really strange is I constantly get calls for a woman named like Donwina.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a particular name. It's unique.
I've never heard it before.
Same. And the call you just received was for like Darwina.
Yeah.
Or right? That's what she said, Darwina.
That's what he said.
Was that a he?
I think so.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Well,
I try not to assume people's gender these days, I guess I should say.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, I try to be polite. And I'm just like, look, this is not that person. I just got this number. You know, will you take me off your list? And then they're like, can you speak on behalf
Of Darwina.
Can you be in her stead? Can you speak for her? This person I've never heard of and don't know of. No. It's the damn answer to that.
No, you are not going to accept a position, trial by combat, and fill in for Darwina.
I will not be Darwina's second.
I just want to know why Darwina had my number and your number.
I want to know why she...
Like, why she got both our phone numbers?
Oh, my God. I don't know, but I'm going to fight her, too, if I see her. I'll fight her for charity.
Listen here, Donwina or Darwina.
God damn it, I know you got arthritis and a bad back, too, according to the telemarketers.
Well, every day I get a phone call from the Cherokee Hospital for this person. So she must have like 1 billion doctor's appointments.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I keep blocking the random phone numbers because it's like the same... like the first couple of digits are all the same. It's just like the last digits are different.
Yeah.
But it continuously is the same hospital calling about appointments. And I keep blocking the numbers, but then they just keep calling back from like a different extension.
I don't know how these people make money.
So I don't know.
I just don't get it. And I'm also a person named Chris had a fairly successful business tied to my phone number, but apparently it's went belly up. But every day... I can get up to $500,000 in business loans.
I think that's a scam.
And financing.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know.
Anyway, enough about our phones.
Look, I'm in a great mood. I just had a frozen custard, a turtle sundae frozen custard, and it was pretty much the best thing I've ever had. And so, yeah, I'm in a great mood.
Look, here's the thing.
My custard was delicious.
We are going to shamelessly promote another business that does not sponsor Mountain Murders. Andy's Custard.
Oh, my gosh.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody. If there's one near you, you've never tried it, you're thinking about it, you got to get up in there. And Heather has a new favorite. It's called the Turtle Sundae. Oh, my God. It is possibly some of the creamiest frozen desserts I've ever eaten in my life.
The creamiest, huh?
Ah, it's so creamy.
You liked it?
I can see that you liked it.
Yeah, I ate the whole damn thing. I shared a little bit of it with you.
You gave me some of the toasted pecans.
Look, I'm super hormonal right now, so I'm going to eat the hell out of this custard.
Oh, I'm not judging you.
Because it was good. Dylan, are you ready to read some listener stories?
What do you think?
We have some good ones. We always get great listener stories, but we definitely have some good ones this week.
I can't wait. Last time was a riot. Like you said, they're always great. And I just can't wait to see what you pull out of your bag.
All right. Get into it, Dylan. This is the first time I've sent in a listener story, and I'd be ecstatic if it makes it on the pod. It was from when I worked a prison a couple years back. Needless to say, I don't work there no more due to extreme corruption and people lying and saying I was doing stuff I wasn't. Shit, they harassed me up till a few months ago, but that's a story for another time. LOL.
Damn.
Toxic work environment.
That's a pretty strong start.
But I absolutely love you guys and your podcast. It gets me through my long-ass work days at the sewing factory I work at. Heather, you fucking rule doing the research. Thank you. And I love I look forward to listening to cases. I'm currently going back and listening to the older shows, and you and Dylan's banter keeps me rolling.
Oh, thank you.
Here goes my listener tale, and I'm pretty sure this is from one of our new patrons, Dylan.
Yeah, I think so. I think I know who it is.
I don't know what Rufus is doing over there, but it's loud. Okay. Here goes my listener tale. And yes, you can use my name because fuck them corrupt assholes. Back in 2022, I worked in a privately owned prison, and I swear it had to be one of the most corrupt and racist places I've ever worked. But that's a story for another time. I worked 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, and normally I worked West Dorm, but one morning when I had picked up an extra day for that sweet overtime, I was placed in medical. It was a pretty typical day, inmates coming from the dorms for doctor's appointments or coming in for complaints of pain and shit like that. It was one of the busier days in that department, but around 4 p.m., it would start to quiet down, and only movement would be the nurses as they prepared to go to check in a dorm, which was inmates who were not safe to be around the general population inmates for numerous reasons, from sex crimes against children, or they owed someone something, and the whole.
Oh, I've had a lot of experience with the whole myself.
No, you have not.
I have too.
You've never even been to prison. What are you talking about?
Oh, I just thought we meant holes in general.
Dylan!
Yeah,
Stop!
Bag.
No. Bad, Dylan. Bad.
No.
I'm going to get a little newspaper, roll it up, and swat you with it on the nose. No.
You think that would work?
Probably not.
Okay.
You're very disobedient. There was one inmate housed in medical, and he never spoke. But on this day, while the nurses were out delivering medicine and insulin shots to the inmates, it was just me and that inmate. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw movement, so I got up and did a walkthrough, even though I had just done one a few moments before the movement, got to the cell where the inmate was housed, and he was fast asleep. This was around 5:15, so my relief hadn't come on duty, and the nurses were all still out. After seeing nothing else out of the ordinary, I go back and note the walkthrough in the logbook. As I do, I see a shadow from the corner of my eye again, then people talking. So I get up and do another walkthrough. The inmate is still sleeping and the nursing staff are still out. This is literally moments after the previous walkthrough. So I go back to my post and sit down. I shake it off as I wait for either the nursing staff to return or my relief to show up. I didn't hear anything else, but a little after 6 when my relief arrives, I mention it to him and he replies, "It's nothing to worry about. It's just an inmate that had passed away a few years ago."
Yeah, it's just a inmate ghost, bro. Yeah, to my boo, let me out, boo.
That's unsettling. I'm not okay with the inmate ghost just lurking.
Yeah, he didn't even get released after death.
That would suck.
That would suck so bad.
To be a ghost and you get stuck in a shitty place. Like, what if you died and you got stuck at work? Like a job you hated?
No.
Like, what if you were forever haunting the mill?
That would be hell. Maybe that's what hell is.
Is just being at work.
Just being
You were
stuck.
just stuck doing 12-hour shifts.
Oh, shit.
Swing shifts. For all eternity.
No, wait a second. Do you mean like your spirit is there at the place, or you're actually having to do your job?
Well, like some spirits are, I guess they say, are stuck doing like repetitive motions or whatever.
Yeah.
So what if you're just there working for like the rest of days?
That would suck. What do you think? Nobody's going to be
well,
like,
this sucks. This inmate's just stuck like hanging out in a prison.
Well, I like how nonchalantly the coworkers just like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's just a spooky inmate ghost.
Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Ooh, what if you were just stuck haunting the hole?
Oh.
Right? That would be lame.
Like in solitary confinement?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck. Well, if you're stuck in there haunting you and you're by yourself in the hole.
I know, right? Who you even going to haunt?
You only have books.
Keep up the awesome work with the pod. Love y'all, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy, I thought that might be our newest member to the Discord fam. Welcome, and we can't wait to get to know you a little better. But now, apparently, I did not know you know all about inmate ghosts. So, yeah. There's nowhere left to go but up from here. You know what I'm saying?
I got another one for you, Dylan. Darren.
Call me Darren.
Darren. Dearest Mountain Murders, why, and this is in all capitals, did it take me all this time to find your podcast?
Oh.
I started listening a few weeks ago. I'm obsessed. I've ripped through between 3 to 4 episodes a day. Please don't get a protective order. Just kidding.
Damn, see?
The listener story episodes are entertaining. I have one that I thought you'd like to read on the show. At least I hope you do. My sister was working at a 24-hour diner. You can probably guess which one. It's a home, not a house.
Oh, shit. I'm confused now. I thought it was a Waffle House.
It is.
Oh.
Duh.
It's a home, not
You
a
are
house.
so...
But it's the Waffle House. What's that got to do with
It's a home, not a house. Haven't you heard that? It's a waffle home, not a waffle house.
No, that's not a real saying.
Okay, you're dumb. I'm just moving along now. She had a great number of weirdos and freaks happening. You can attest to that. Your daughter worked at this 24-hour establishment and had some stories.
No, I've got to say, they must, for some reason, anytime you hear like a really crazy story at a local restaurant or something, it's always seems to be this pancake.
Oh, here's Rufus with a toy. He
this
wants you to
pancake
play.
house. We'll call it a pancake house. How's that?
One night, of course, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out.
So one night, I was there visiting her with a friend when this happened. There weren't many customers, and my sister and the cook went out back to smoke, and there was another waitress there. There was a field behind the restaurant with some trees closer to the building. My friend and me joined them. We could hear some noises in the distance. It sounded like someone yelling. There are homeless people around, so we chalked it up to that. We went back inside. My sister went to throw some trash out. She heard a man saying, "Come over here," near where the tree was.
No.
She came back inside and told us what had happened. Later, the other waitress went out to smoke, and while she was outside, a man's voice was gruffly demanding that she come over to the trees.
Hey, you. Come over here.
Get over here.
I'd be like, I'm not gonna disembodied voice. I don't think so. Just
Listen here, tree.
let me smoke this bowl and go back in there and make these damn eggs, dude.
We're all talking about what was going on when we see a car pull into the parking lot. It parks over on the other side of the building where we couldn't see from the glass windows. And suddenly the cook says, "What the hell?" When we look up, there's 3 teenagers, 2 boys and a girl, running toward the door. They come inside and say there's a man out in the parking lot who chased at them. "Lock the door," one of them says.
Oh my gosh, I'd be freaked out.
The cook goes out to the little glass lobby area and looks out into the parking lot. A man is standing at the far end, kind of out of sight from the window, it sounds like, throwing rocks at the kid's car. The cook opens the door and tells him to go away or he's calling the cops. That's when the guy screams, "I will kill you, fucking pig."
Oh God.
Then he starts throwing rocks at the glass windows.
Okay, we're laughing, but actually, this would be pretty scary if you were there in real life.
That's when my sister called the police. When they showed up, they found him in the field. He was a homeless man who was, quote, "not mentally well," according to the officer. They told the teenagers they could press charges for property damage, but there wasn't much else they could do. Well, that's my story, Kyla.
Damn. So you got the crazy woods guy throwing rocks at everybody.
The man of the field. I'm going to call him the man of the field.
Okay, I like that. That's better than what I said.
Or we could call him the tree man. Either way.
Tree man. Hey, you. Get over here.
He's acting really extreme.
Oh, God. No. No, you're going to have to do the next story. Okay. I'm not going to allow that one. I'll accept some puns as being punny. That was not one of them.
That wasn't acceptable.
It was too big a stretch.
You know what, Dylan? You get to make all the silly jokes, so I get to make all the silly jokes. Okay, this one in all caps says Tinder horror story, so we have to read this.
Oh, my gosh.
Around 2016, I decided to try Tinder. I was 28 at the time. My boyfriend decided to take a job in another state and didn't want to do the long distance thing, which was heartbreaking. I had thought we would get married. A friend suggested, after a period of moping, that I try Tinder. She had met a few guys on there and had success. I ended up meeting some people, but nothing serious. One of the guys, I'll call him Chris, asked if I wanted to hang out. If I did meet, I always made it a public place. He wanted to get together on a Saturday during the day, which worked for me. A day date seemed innocent enough. I needed to pick up something from the mall. I asked if he wanted to meet there. We could grab a coffee, maybe walk around, talk. It was a very public place, so I felt safe enough. You think that's a good date, Dylan? The mall?
Well, yeah.
Meet me at the mall. It's going down.
Oh, wait. I would be like, if this was the first date, and like if I was totally into him, I'd be like, meet me at the mall. I'm going down.
Oh, gosh.
Hey.
You're going to go down on him?
No, on her.
Well, you just said him. Okay, I'm confused. I see now I'm confused, Dylan.
Wait, hey, we can both go down. Look, here's the thing. The mall could be fun. And I think that's a good call on making like a nice public place where you can make an easy exit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I made sure to meet you at a place that had a lot of exit doors. And I checked to make sure where they were before I sat down with you.
I think I've not done a lot of dating, but I think like just having coffee or some light engagement for the first meeting is a really good call.
I agree.
So you don't get stuck. Either of you get stuck in something that you don't want to be part of.
You know, I think a movie is not a good first date.
No.
Right? It doesn't really give you a chance to talk, and you're sitting alone in the dark with this person.
No, you need to wait a while.
I don't know you. I might not want to share popcorn with you. You could have cooties. I don't know.
I honestly think you should be a good 10 or 15 dates in before you go see a movie. Because you see the real them when you're at the movies. Like, people have very specific ways they watch a movie. What if they're a talker and you're not? And you're just trying to see the movie. You really want to see it.
You took me to a movie on like a 4th date. So what are you saying?
Yeah, well, I already knew I was going to marry you.
Oh, okay. Well, when I got to the mall, he was already there waiting for me in front of the bookstore we had chosen. Right away, I felt uneasy. He appeared to be normal enough, was dressed nicely, and looked like his picture. I bring that up because I met one guy who had used a really old picture of himself with a full head of hair, 60 pounds lighter. He was an older man, and he had stated online that he was 29 too, but was not.
Wait, so the other guy had used old picture, he's quite a bit heavier, and he's a lot older than what he's telling him, and he's going all out.
But he's still 29.
Yeah, he's still 29.
Even though she says he's not. Okay, so Chris asked me a lot of questions about myself, which was refreshing because most men I'd met or talked to were constantly just talking about themselves. One of the things that made me feel odd was how he kept trying to hold my hand, although we had just met. I'm not really affectionate person, even when I'm involved with somebody, so every time he would grab my hand, it kind of made me shudder. He insisted on buying me perfume at a perfume store, though I told him that was not necessary. I have a very specific perfume I like, as do most women. But he insisted. Inside the perfume store, I almost had a sneezing fit because of all the scents. He chose a scent that smelled so bad to me. I didn't want to be rude when he insisted I spray some on. I was trying to be nice, agreeing to do so, but the whole thing was just odd.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Now, this went completely off the rails with the damn perfume store. Like, for one, who picks out someone else's perfume, male or female? Think about it.
I don't know.
No, I mean, after you've been with someone a while, you might get a scent that you think would, smell nice on them, mixed with their body chemistry and stuff. You've done that for me before, and it's been rather successful, I must say. But what guy is going to go in there and insist on picking out a perfume for someone?
Well, Dylan, I think as the story continues, we're going to find that's like the least of her problems. So just let me finish the story.
Oh, and he keeps grabbing her hand. And she doesn't want him to touch her. And he keeps reaching over and grasping.
And I'm like imagining what kind of perfume he bought her. Like Liz Taylor's White Diamonds or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I can almost smell the perfume I'm imagining that he bought her. And it's nothing anywhere close to what she would wear.
Afterwards, he asked if I wanted to go to dinner that night, but I had plans with friends. We had concert tickets. I only told him I was going to see a band. I never told him which band either. But fast forward, after I'd gotten home from the concert, I went on Facebook to post a few pictures with my friends, and there was a friend request from him. I had not given him my last name, but somehow he had found me on social media.
Oh, Okay, that's not weird.
I accepted the request, which turned out to be a mistake. I posted a few pictures with my friends, but not even a video of the band or the music. He starts messaging me right after I accepted his friend request, asking if I had fun at the show, and knew exactly who we had gone to see, even though it was not a popular band.
Whoa, how did he know?
I don't know, Dylan. I had not told him who we were going to see. I tried to rationalize this by telling myself there weren't that many places to see live music. And then she put, but there were. He kept asking me to go on another date with him. Since he was insisting, it just kept giving me a bad feeling. So I told him I was going out of town. I let him know when I got back. 2 days later, there was a package on my doorstep, gift wrapped.
Oh my God.
I opened it. He had bought me lingerie, a lacy bra and thong set from Victoria's Secret, and left it at my apartment, which I had not told him where I lived.
What's in the box?
Oh, gosh.
What's in the
box? The note said he had guessed my size and hoped to one day soon see me in it.
Oh, my gosh. This dude. What?
I can tell you I did not like this at all. We had one date, and there was no way Chris would be seeing me in this outfit, period. I was so grossed out, I threw it in the trash. Well, maybe you should have kept it, I mean. It was probably expensive.
Did he guess your size properly? Did you try it on? You tried it on because it was soft. I know you did.
Well, it sounds lacy. I don't know. It's probably stiff.
Oh.
Dude. He continued messaging me on Facebook, asking me out, asking me if I liked the lingerie. I blew him off again and again. Finally, I blocked him on Facebook and stopped answering his texts. A week or more went by without hearing from him. One day, I was at work. I work at a bank when I get a phone call at my desk. It was Chris. He told me he was outside in his truck ready to take me to lunch. I didn't know what to do, but I had blown him off so many times. I thought, okay, maybe one lunch will be harmless. I can let him know that I'm not interested at all in a gentle way, and we can go on about our lives. The whole time we're at lunch, I'm uncomfortable. Chris is acting like we're a couple. He even keeps reaching across the table to hold my hand, and then remarks to the server like, "Isn't my girlfriend gorgeous?"
Oh my God.
When she walked away, I let him know I am not your girlfriend. I gave him some speech like, "You're a really nice guy, but ... telling him how I'd gotten out of a long-term relationship just before meeting him and wasn't really ready to get back into anything serious. At first, he seemed a little disappointed, but said he understood. He dropped me off at work. Days went by and I didn't hear anything else. I thought I was in the clear. About 2 weeks later, I spotted him at my bank. He stuck his head in my office despite the fact I was sitting there with a client, telling me he had opened an account there. It was like he knew I was in the middle of work, unable to further speak to him.
This is getting scary.
After telling me he would be seeing me again, he left. This guy is annoying. To make a long story short, for your sake, he ends up asking out a teller. I'll call her Laura. Every day he comes to the bank to pick her up for lunch. Every day he makes an effort to pop by my office with Laura to say hi. I started closing my door. I don't really know Laura that well, but I start hearing from other coworkers how she's been telling them stories about me. It turns out Chris had made up some stories that I was his crazy ex-girlfriend who stalked him for years and wouldn't leave him alone.
Oh my God, he done turned the tables on her.
This is insane.
Dude, Chris, bro.
This is like a fucking Lifetime movie. What the hell?
This is totally like a good Lifetime movie, let's be honest. Shit. So he got out ahead of it. He discredited her by telling this bullshit before she could tell stories, the real stories about him.
That's scary.
Hey, you got a game recognizes game.
Laura stopped speaking to me, which was fine. I was blown away by the whole thing. It got so bad, I finally had to go to HR with a complaint because Laura was damaging my reputation at work with stories that I had been arrested for stalking and stuff that was just not true at all. Eventually, they broke up after about 6 weeks of dating. And of course, this other stuff going on. But by then, things were tense at work, and I dreaded even seeing Laura. Though things were weird between us, they did kind of go back to normal for a period. Then I happened to meet a really nice guy randomly at the grocery store of all places. We started seeing each other. I kept it low-key at first because I wasn't sure if it was going to go anywhere. I wasn't posting it on social media or anything like that. One day, about a month after we'd started seeing each other, I found an envelope stuck under my windshield wiper at work. It was from Chris. And there's like 5 exclamation points.
Hey, look, at this point, this is not okay. I mean, this is way too much. He's obviously been, way too interested in her after a date or, just one date, right? One day. Oh, wait, there was a second lunch.
They had the lunch.
She led him on. You led him on. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is off the chain. And then he keeps figuring out all this shit you haven't told him, which I would be like, wait, hold on a second now.
The letter went on to say he knew I was dating someone else, how upset he was, and because of my bad behavior, he was going to close his account at the bank. He couldn't believe I would do this to him, lie about not wanting to be in a relationship, and that I was a slut, in all caps.
I just want one more thing. I just want to let you know you're a SLUT, all caps.
I never even kissed this man. I was even more upset when I learned that he had left a letter on my new boyfriend's car talking about what a cheating slut I was.
What?
Of course, it took me a while to convince my new boyfriend that I was not in a relationship with Chris. I was not cheating on him with my new boyfriend, and that this guy was crazy.
And then I am indeed not a slut. Not that there's anything wrong with being a slut.
We know you're very proud of being a slut.
No,
Dylan.
I could be slutty.
Well, I see. The way you're sitting right now in those little shorts is pretty slutty.
Hey, these little tiny shorts are back in fashion, and I actually have the legs for them now.
Except for that big old bruise you got right there.
Or my varicose veins.
Kind of near your knees. Like, what have you been doing down on your knees, Dylan?
Work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that what you call it? It's putting in work, huh?
Put in work, son.
Afterwards,
You
Chris...
slut.
Look... Afterwards, Chris did leave me alone. I will never go on a Tinder date again. And this is signed Sam.
Sam, I'm so sorry that you went through that because we're carrying on and laughing, but
this is scary.
That was scary.
What would you do? I mean, I would feel like I would at some point have to maybe get law enforcement involved.
Well, see, that's the thing, though.
But stalking is so hard.
It is.
They won't do anything about it. It seems like.
And it's so, and it's really sad nowadays because it's so well known. I mean, it's not something that used to. It was, I don't know. It's kind of you could get absolutely no help. But a lot of states have cyber stalking laws and outright stalking laws. I mean, there's a lot more discussion about it, but it still seems like you can't really get any help from authorities. It's like they blow it off. Oh, and they're probably wondering if you're a slut the entire time.
Well, this guy's like a master manipulator. I mean, he's already tried to lay the groundwork that like that's his ex, and she's so you've got people who are probably going to come and say this even if it's not true and try to discredit her.
Yeah,
as you've said.
Well, yeah,
and then she's got to go explain to this new boyfriend that this person is like a nut. And that none of this is true. I mean, what the hell?
And Laura's walking by giving her a stank eye every day.
And telling everybody at work that she's like a big old slut. What the hell?
Oh, my God. And when
I mean, it's not funny, but it's just so out there.
And then when you tell people the truth, they think you're lying because that sounds like a lie. And then the other thing sounds more, more feasible to them.
This guy's dangerous.
This guy's dangerous.
This guy is very dangerous.
He is. He's narcissistic. He is obsessive, seeking out all this extra information about you after very minimal.
Well, knowing all this, so he had to be following her home, following her around,
stalking her and her friends' Facebooks. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
Whoa,
Chris. I wonder if this is the same Chris that had my phone number that had the semi-successful company.
Oh my God, maybe.
Damn it, Chris, if you hear this episode, please tell your creditors to stop calling your old phone number, bud. Because I ain't got nothing for him. Maybe I will take out that $500,000 in business loans, loan equity, or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, maybe I'll take it out.
And then you'll go to jail for like a wire fraud or something.
Well, no, I'm just saying, because you know what, Chris? I need to hurt you now. Because you...
How dare you call Sam a slut?
I can't even believe you called Sam a slut, dude.
That's a wild story.
Because I don't think Sam's a slut.
That's like a nightmare.
We've said slut a lot this episode, but I think for good cause.
Okay, shut your slutty mouth. We have another story to get through.
Let me clean up first. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I was camping with a friend at a lake. We were lucky enough to reserve a beachfront spot, but come to find out, it was because of the location. It was pretty far away from everything else, including the bathrooms. It was at the far end of the campground, a little isolated, but we did have access to the water, which was nice. It was nearly desolate on the far end of the campground, except for a few campers, which I think were kind of like long-term seasonal spots. It didn't seem like they were occupied. It was pitch black except for our campfire one night. An SUV drove up toward our campsite and parked at the closest one. So I'm assuming maybe an empty spot. Whoever was in it just sat there with their headlights off. My friend said maybe it was a late arrival and they were going to sleep in their SUV until the morning, but I had a bad feeling. It was like the person was parked at the campsite watching us. They sat there for about 15 minutes, which would have been time to assess that it was two women camping alone. The SUV then drove away. I told my friend I was uncomfortable. I asked if we could pack up and go home. We quickly took down our tent and tossed our things into the car. When we were leaving the campground, I had offered to pay for a hotel room for the night. The SUV came back around the loop. When it saw us leaving, I swear it started following us out of the campground. The road out of the campground is a 2-lane, but there's wildlife everywhere. And I was afraid, but I told my friend I was going to haul ass out of there. We finally made it to the highway where I proceeded to speed until I felt I had lost the SUV. We ended up a few towns away after driving for about an hour. When I thought we were in the clear, we found a hotel room for the night. I'm glad I followed my gut instinct because it was pretty scary. I think we avoided something bad. I often think about who was driving and why they were focused on us. What would have happened if we'd stayed? And it's signed Nicole.
Damn, Nicole. Nicole was not having that shit.
That's a creepy story.
Well, now, look, I gotta say, anyone pulls up, let alone if you can't see in the
It makes
vehicle.
me think of the story, was it last episode that we did on Listener Stories where they were in like a cemetery?
Yeah, the young
just
guy
pulled up.
and his friend. Yeah. And then they could almost hear the person searching for them after they took off into the woods.
Oh my gosh, is it the same person? Stalking people?
But anyone that pulls up and doesn't get out of the vehicle weirds me out. I'm sorry. I just don't know what you're doing. Especially in a camping situation. That's a very odd. People always pull up and jump right out. Even if it is late, even if they're going to set up fully tomorrow, they do something. You know what I'm saying? They arrange the car. They pull some stuff out. Walk, stretch. Something. But to just sit there.
Well, I know you're going to get up and stretch.
Well, I got to. Because you know my butt be hurting.
I know.
My sciatic nerve, man. I'm getting old. Yeah, but no, that's very odd. And I would find it very disconcerting if someone did that thing. And I think Nicole did the right thing. I mean, you got to err on the side of caution when you're out camping, bro.
It's true. Well, just in life, I think in general, we're often afraid to follow our gut instinct, or we feel silly, or we kind of dismiss those feelings.
Or you don't want to, like, your friends.
But I do think that we have this like sixth sense that starts to send up a little. That's my little flag raising.
Oh gosh, it needs a little.
It needs some WD-40.
Yeah.
That's my little red flag raising, and so I think a lot of times when you get those feelings, you should act on them.
Yeah,
because there's a reason. I think there's something in you saying like, pay attention.
You have
to
safe. Follow your gut instincts in all situations. I believe in that completely.
All right, Dylan, are you ready? I think this is the last one.
Oh my gosh. Man, there's a lot of damn stalking and obsessive and like crazy stuff going on this episode.
Mountain murders. I was listening to an older midweek episode where you were talking about retail theft. I have a funny story that I thought I'd share with you. When I was younger, I worked as a cashier at an expensive gourmet market. We had hired a new guy who had been in a gang and was a former drug dealer who was trying to get his life on track. He was actually a really good dude. One day we were working together. He was my bagger when this old man comes into the store and tries to walk out with 3 rotisserie chickens. The old man was a known shoplifter. The thing is, he had money. The old man drove a brand new Cadillac, wore a Rolex watch, and could definitely afford to pay for the cheese and cakes he stole.
Damn, the old dude just comes by and gets something there and there.
We all saw him pass by the registers and walk toward the door. One of my coworkers says like, "Sir, you need to pay for those." But the old man just keeps walking, ignoring the cashier. All of a sudden, my bagger buddy runs up to the other end of the store. I mean, it's not that big, and jumps between the old man and the door. The old man tells my friend to fuck off, and that's when my friend starts screaming, Are you ready for this, Dylan?
Yeah.
You a bitch. You an old chicken thieving bitch. Put those motherfucking chickens down, bitch.
Yes. He just said it. You mother clucker. Look, he just said something that every employee in there had been wanting to say, and this guy he gives no fucks, and he's keeping it real right now. That's what's happening.
Mind you, this is the middle of the day. The store is full of stuffy rich people, and the place is mostly quiet.
You old chicken thieving bitch.
Needless to say, the old man handed my friend the chickens. He quickly left the store. It was hilarious. I thought you'd get a laugh because I'm still friends with a guy who is now a manager at the place.
Nice.
And his son, Jacob.
Damn, Jacob. Oh, he wasn't having that.
You a bitch.
You
an old chicken thieving bitch. Put those motherfucking chickens down, bitch.
Damn. Oh, I could almost imagine this place. I'm sure everyone was like, what?
Why is this hilarious to
Well,
me?
that's what thieves deserve, man. You know?
You chicken thieving bitch.
You saved them chickens. And why does dude just go? He's got money, obviously. Sounds like he has money, but he's just taking it because he can. Because no one has ever stopped
Nobody's
him
checked him.
and called him a chicken thieving bitch. Nobody has checked him. Exactly. Damn. And I'm glad your friend turned his life around too. Sounds like he did a really good job.
That's so funny.
I bet that's still a legend around that place.
Probably.
The day of the chicken thieving bitch.
I'm never going to forget that.
No, I'm not.
You old bitch. You old chicken thieving bitch.
Okay, so thank you. That was some great stories. Good laughs, scary at times. Yeah, I don't know what
Our
to say.
listeners keep it real.
They keep it real. See, this is real life. It really is. That's what our listeners bring us with these stories is just these little chunks.
Sometimes we get down into trenches, Dylan.
Gosh.
We get dirty because you a dirty old slut. You a dirty chicken thieving motherfucking bitch.
Oh, see, hey, don't say that to me again. I'd like to be a sticky slut.
Okay, I know you always want to be sticky.
Yeah,
I'll throw the rest of that melty custard on you. It'd be sticky.
baby.
There's some chocolate hot fudge sauce in there too.
You're going to lick it off.
No,
Well,
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm going to throw it on you and I'm going to push you down in the dirt.
What? Oh, that's fucked, bro.
And you can be sticky and dirty.
How? See, I was trying to keep it sexy.
Dylan, there's nothing sexy about you
There
talking
ain't
about
nothing
being sticky.
There ain't nothing sexy about damn people covering the ice cream dirt either. Custard
Well, it's a
dirt.
lot sexier than you trying to be sexy.
No, it's not. Yeah.
You don't know how to be sexy.
I do. I'm being sexy right
I'm
now.
going to sign you up for like a class
For sexy class?
to figure out how to like be sexy.
I can be sexy.
You can?
Yeah. Yeah, you want me to do it? You want me to smolder?
No,
I'm a smolder right now. Watch.
I can't.
Watch. Listen for the gas, folks.
You look like a chicken. You look like a chicken. Why are you like sticking your chest out like that? When you make that duck face, you look like your sister.
I'm smoldering. That's how you do it.
It's not
I
working.
gotta look off to the right. I can't look straight at you and do it. I gotta act like I'm ignoring you because I'm so handsome.
Okay, I gotta go.
I gotta do
If you have a listener story for Mountain Murders, we love these things. Keep them coming. They don't always have to be some scary, creepy something.
No.
We love funny story. We love all the
We
stories.
love them all. It's your story. We love your story no matter
That's
what it is. Yeah.
Your fun story. Email us, mountainmurderspodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. And Dylan, I don't want to hear from you anymore today.
Oh, I got stuff to say.
Okay, we're going to go.
All right.
Bye, Dylan.
Bye.